Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I'll be fighting a 200-point kill team game between my Dark Angels and Robin's Tempestus Scions. So, the story that we've got going on here is that a group of Tempestus Scions went rogue, and they started worshiping the dark gods, and they went off the reservation. So the Inquisition, not being fans of this kind of thing, sent out a call for assistance in trying to take them into custody and or just take them out. So the Dark Angels responded and were sent in to go try to take out the leaders of this group of Tempestus Scions, to try to take them down and stop the chaos threat that is coming up because of this. So we are going to be playing the Headhunt mission here. So that is what's going on with the story. I will show you the two armies and specialists. Here we go. Two armies and specialists. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a 5-man tactical squad, a second 5-man tactical squad with a Flamer, and a Razorback with a twin-linked heavy bolter. And for the Tempestus Scions, we have a 7-man Tempestus Scion squad with 2 hotshot volley guns, a Torox Prime as a dedicated transport with a heavy stubber, twin-linked hotshot volley gun, and a Torox battle cannon. So for the Dark Angels, from left to right, we have my leader, who can seize the initiative on a 4+. We then have my weapon specialist. He'll be wounding on a 2+ in close combat. We then have my indomitable specialist with relentless, and we have my dirty fighting specialist who gets to reroll his wounds in combat. And for the Tempestus Scions, from left to right, we have his leader, who had the extra specialist, so he's going to have +1 to his weapon skill. Then we have his the next guy there has preferred enemy. Then he has a guy who is relentless, and then the guy on the right there is ignoring cover for shooting. Alright, so those are the armies and specialists now that I've learned how to speak English again. And starting out here with deployment, I've got my Razorback here. Inside are going to be 6 guys, including my leader, my 3 specialists, and just a regular bolter, and my Flamer guy. I've got another bolter guy right over there. I've got 3 other bolter guys here. And then he's got his Torox Prime with everybody inside there. So, as of right now, the Tempestus Scions are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative on a 4+ because of my my leader skill. So, show me a 4+. Yay! Who's even done it on a 6? That's right, Bilfus for the win. So, we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. Alright, so movement phase for Dark Angels. This guy moved up, touched the crater, and then threw a tread, so he's immobilized there. Off to a great start. He's moved up through that way, and these guys all shuffled up this way. So, that is movement phase for Dark Angels. We will come back to you at the shooting phase. Alright, starting out the shooting phase, this guy is going to fire his heavy bolter into his Torox Prime. So, we've got 3 shots hitting on 3s. All hits. Looking for 6s to glance. Show me some Phil faces! We got none. All right. I think I've got, after that, nothing else can really do anything to him, so I'm going to do some runs. And then we will come back to you after movement phase for Tempestus Scions here on turn 1. All right, movement for the Tempestus Scions. He moved up 6 inches over this way. Did not immobilize himself because he is a good player. That's all the movement phase. He did not disembark, which is probably a good call. We will come back to you with the shooting phase for Tempestus Scions here on turn 1. 3. All right, so he is going to fire with the relentless hotshot volley gun guy into him over here. Does it get hot?
No, they don't have gets hot.
They don't have gets hot. All right, cool. So we got 2 hits. Strength 4, so wounded on 4s. Nope. Nope, that one's cocked. Yeah, reroll that one. No, nothing there. All right. All right, the next guy with the hotshot volley gun is going to fire in there 2 shots. Does not hit. All right, starting shooting phase. He's gonna fire into him with the stubber. This is going to snap fire here. So hitting on 6s, not 1. Okay. And now the twin-linked hotshot volley gun is going to fire into here. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling because it's twin-linked. All right, so we got 4 hits. Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we got 3 wounds. 3 AP 3 shots in there, so looking for 4 up cover saves. Can he do it? Oh no, he would have been good if it wasn't AP 3, but you know, it is AP3, so that doesn't make a difference. So, all right, so that is First Blood. All right, so that is it for the Tempestus Scion turn. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He had to stay still. These guys all kind of shoveled up through cover, and that is it for the Dark Angels. So we will come back to you at the shooting phase here on turn 2. All right, so he's going to fire his heavy bolter into him over there. So we got 3 shots hitting on 3s. All right, twin linked. All right, we got 2 hits, looking for 6s to glance. Looking for some fill faces. No, nothing there. All right, moving on to him. He is going to rapid fire into the side armor over there. So we got 2 shots hitting on 3s. We got 1 hit, looking for a fill face. No, nothing. And then he's gonna fire into him, hitting on 3s. We got 1 hit, looking for a 6. No, nothing. And then finally he is gonna fire into him. He's not in rapid fire range, hitting on a 3. It's a hit, looking for a 6. No, nothing there. So that is it for the Dark Angels turn here. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Tempestus Scions on turn 2. All right, so movement phase for the Tempestus Scions. He moved up 6 inches. Failed his first dangerous terrain test, but he gets to reroll because he's super all-terrain, super cool guy. And then 3 guys popped out of the vehicle over there. So that is where they are. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 2. All right, starting off, this guy's going to rapid fire into the guy right over there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on strength. What is it? Strength 3, so wounding on a 5. Nope. No, nothing there. All right, that guy back there is going to fire into him. 1 hit, wounding on the 5.
That is a wound.
That is a wound. Looking for a 5-up cover save. He's good. Woo! And then that guy's going to fire into him. So 1 hit, wounding on a 5. That's a wound. Oh man, 5-up cover save. Can he do it? Yeah. Let's see. No. Okay. Try it. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, he did it. Woo! The guy with the hotshot volley gun inside there is going to go. This is ignores cover. So 2 shots hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Oh, it does not wound. That was the guy that ignored cover, so I'll take that one, thank you. And then the guy with the relentless is going to fire into him, hitting on 3s. All right, we got 3 hits, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 5-up cover saves. Come on, you could do this. You know you want to. Show me fill faces instead. Oh, so close. He made that one. He didn't make this one. So now he is dead. Now the Torox is going to fire the battle cannon onto that guy there. Direct hit. So that hit both?
Is the base?
Yeah, the base mount. Yep. All right. Yep. So that hits both. Let's do the front guy first. Strength 7, AP 4, right? So strength 7. That's not a wound. And then the guy in the back there. That's also not a wound. Oh man. Woo! And now he's going to fire the heavy stubber into him. Snapshotting. He's looking for 6s. No, nothing there. And then the twin link volley gun is going to fire into here. Hitting on 3s, right?
Yes.
Twin link, because he's a fast vehicle. So that's 3 hits. And it's cocked. All right, so that's 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. 2 5-up cover saves. Oh no, he did. He double did. All right, and I think that's it for shooting for the Tempestus Scions. So, he's not going to be able to charge anything, so we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He's still immobilized. These guys disembarked, ran up to the edge of the cover there, and he moved through cover up to there. So that's it for movement phase for the Dark Angels. We'll come back to you at the shooting phase. All right, Heavy Bolter is going to fire into his Torox. He's going to get a cover save. I can see him through the windows there. So, hitting on 3s. All right, got 3 hits. Wish I saved those 6s for this next one. Looking for 6s to glance. Hey, we got, oh no, hold on. Yep, oh, come on. Yep, nothing. And then he's going to fire his bolt pistol into him, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on toughness 3, so wounding on a 3. No, nothing there. All right, that's it for shooting. I've got 2 guys that are going to run. That's boring to watch, and then I will come back to you at the assault phase. All right, so he is going to charge into him, firing Overwatch, looking on 6s. Nope, nothing there. So Distance is pretty much anything but. It's going to be about probably a little over an inch. So maybe actually 4 inches I think I'm going to need. And he is in, so we'll come back to you with a fight sub phase. Alright, so moving over here to my guys. My guy's going to go first at initiative step 4. So he's got 1 base plus 1 for the charge. So hitting on, what's your weapon skill?
You're hitting me on 3s.
Oh, hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. So we got 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 3, so wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. 4 up carapace saves. Oh, and he is dead. Yeah, he did. Just gotta check, but he's dead. Alright, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Tempestus Scions on turn 3. Alright, so movement phase. He just kind of pivoted around there. This guy's moving up this way. He got out. He's a specialist with ignores cover. And then he just kind of stood where he was over there. So that's it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase for Tempestus Scions here on turn 3. Alright, this guy starting with the shooting phase is going to rapid fire into him, hitting on 3s. Oh, no, nothing there. Now this guy's going to rapid fire into him, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound, 1 5-up cover save. No, he's dead. Alright, then his guy that ignores cover is going to shoot into the front guy over here. So, hitting, this is his specialist ignores cover, so hitting on 3s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 4. That's a wound, and it ignores cover, so he is just dead. Alright. Alright, the Taurox is going to fire into him with the battle cannon. So, let's see if it scatters. It will. It will come back, I think. How many is it? PS4? So 6 inches? Yeah, that's going to be off of him. Alright. Alright, and that is actually it for the Tempestus Scions here on turn 4. Turn 3. Turn 3? Turn 3. Yes, turn 3. Alright, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. Alright, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He stood still because he had to, and this guy shuffled up through terrain over this way. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Alright, starting off the shooting phase, he is going to fire with his flamer. So he hits the specialist there and then clips the side of the Taurox there. So we're going to go with the specialist there, wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 4-up armor save. Oh, and he is dead. So that's a point for killing a specialist. And then I can glance the Taurox on a 6. Hey! Ignores cover, so it's down a hull point. Alright. So that little flavor guy just did more than like the rest of my army's done like the entire game. Alright, sounds good. Alright, now the heavy bolter is going to fire into the Taurox. Hitting on 3s. All hits, looking for 6s to glance. We got nothing. He has done nothing all game. Alright, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn. Well, hold on a second. We'll come back to you. Alright, yep, that's it. That's it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for Tempestus Scions here on turn 4. Alright, movement phase for Tempestus Scions. They shot up that way 12 inches, passing the dangerous terrain test. And these guys shuffled around, getting shots onto him. So that's it for movement phase for Tempestus Scions here on turn 4. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Alright, that guy is going to fire into him. Rapid fire, hitting on 3s. We got 1 hit, wounding on a 4, a 5. No wound. And then he's going to do the same thing, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. 1, 5-up, cover save. No, and he is dead. And that is break the enemy. Alright. Alright, so since the Taurox is a fast vehicle, he's going to fire his battle cannon onto him. Or not battle cannon, Taurox. Taurox battle cannon, right? And that is going to be going off 3 inches. I think that should still clip him. Yeah. Still clips him. So, strength 7, right? So looking for 4s to glance. No, nothing there. So that is it for shooting phase for the Tempestus Scions. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. Alright, so going over the break test here. My leader is going to take a test here. So, looking for an 8. He's good, and everyone else is in range, so that makes everybody good. So now we'll come back to you with the shooting, with the after movement phase. All right, so movement phase here for the Dark Angels. He had to stay still, obviously, and these guys all disembarked and moved up in through cover over this way. So, everyone except for my leader. My leader is still inside the metal box. So, that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 5. Alright, so now these guys are going to start throwing some crack grenades in the shooting phase. Guy on the left here is going to throw one into there, hitting on a 3. No, the middle guy is going to throw one. That's a hit. Strength 6, looking for a 5 to glance. That's a pen. Result 6. It is immobilized. And then the last guy over here is going to throw one into here. That's a hit. 5s to glance. No, nothing there. All right, so now this is going to fire its heavy bolter into him, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. All right, so you got 3 hits. Looking for a 6s to glance. Come on, give me 1 6.
There.
Yeah, it's got 2. Of course, there I get 2. All right, so that is a wreck. He will disembark, and then we will come back to you. Well, they can't charge, so that'll be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So we'll come back to you with after movement phase for the Tempestus Scions here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Tempestus Scions. This guy's moving up this way. This guy's moving up this way. He actually was pinned when he disembarked, and so was he. And he did not pin, but he is just hiding back there behind the blown up Torox. So that is movement phase for the Tempestus Scions here on turn 5. We will come back to you with the shooting phase on turn 5. All right, this guy's going to fire into him, hitting on a 3. That's a hit, wounding on a 5. No. And then this guy over here is going to fire. I think he should be, yeah, he should be in 9.
He has the...
That's the one that's wounds on 2s, yes.
And he has relentless.
Middle guy has relentless. Oh, no. The guy over there holding the knife is relentless. The guy in the middle there rerolls failed to wounds in close combat.
Okay.
So.
Shoot at that guy.
All right, I'm going to shoot at this guy. Hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. 1 6 up cover save. He's going to go to ground. So that actually becomes a 4 up cover save because with traitors you get +2 to your cover save. So 6 becomes a 5, becomes a 4. So 4 up cover save. He's good. All right, this guy's going to snapshot his volley gun into him. So hitting on 6s. Got nothing. And this guy is going to snapshot into here, but he's a preferred enemy. So hitting on 6s, re-rolling 1s. We got 1. Looking for a 6 again. Oh, so close, but no good. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase, and I don't think anybody is going to they all fired rapid fire guns.
Yeah,
so there will be no assaults here. So that is the end of turn 5. Do you want to roll to see if we go on? On a 3+, it will go on to a turn 6. No, that is the end of the game. We'll figure out the points and we'll come back to you. All right, so counting out the points, I killed 1 specialist, giving me 1 point. My opponent had First Blood and Break the Enemy. So he wins a 2-1 victory for the Tempestus Scions. I think we were probably going to go on, and it probably would have been pretty brutal from here on out for him. But you know what? That's just the way it works. I guess the story goes that they that the rest of their crew, the word got back to them, and they probably flew in a Valkyrie and came in and picked them up, and they flew off as these guys were getting pinned down from covering fire. So a successful mission to get out their leaders from the ambush here by the Dark Angels. But yeah, brutal game, a lot of fun. Man, this guy immobilizing himself right off the bat, that was killer. That was killer. I was like, oh, gotta roll for immobil. Oh, and he rolls a 1. Of course he does. So that was pretty huge. And then only getting 6s at the last turn there to glance him to death. Oh man, awesome game. My opponent played really well. He played it perfectly actually, and he played it interesting too, because it would have been easy enough once he got the Break the Enemy to just jump into his Torox and run out of range of my heavy bolter. But no, he wanted to play it and get in my face and have a whole lot of fun there. So that was a really great game. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Kill Team is so fast and fun and exciting. It's just a really great time. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Robin. And until next time, have fun.